Good morning, guys. Happy hump day. It is Wednesday, July 31st. Can you believe it's the end of July, guys? It's already the end of July. Like, time is just whoosh flying by, isn't it? Like, I just amazed at how fast time is flying by, guys. I just can't believe it. It seems like it was just January 1st, 2019, and here we are. We're over halfway through this year, guys. It's amazing to me. Good morning, Christina. Good morning, Cecilia. So, guys, I last night doing readings, and then this morning I woke up, did a little meditating, and grabbed my coffee and came on, like literally, because last night and then this morning in my meditation, hey Sandra, I realized I'm going to start doing this sort of a Wednesday check-in, some guidance from Spirit. Not really much tarot. I will pull a few cards, but it's mostly just sort of some channeled messages that I'm getting. They started coming through last night, and then it came through really strong this morning in my sort of contemplation time. And so I really want to share with you guys what I'm getting and see if it resonates for you guys. I love you, Christina. You're the best. Um, I wrote some of it. You know what? I'm not even going to read what I wrote down. I'm just going to talk to you and see what comes through now. So, good morning. Good morning. So, we're going to talk. Last night, I was doing some mini readings for some people. I'm not going to be doing any generals today. This is going to be in place of my general reading, like a 20-30 minute video today, because I've got a lot of personals I'm working on. Let's see, like first I've got Caroline S. Your personal will be done in just a little while, and then others today. So here's the deal, guys. I love you big time too. It's big love. How big is your God? How big is your love? So last night in the mini readings, guys, I was talking about how a lot of you who talk about being on a twin soul journey, if somebody was asking, is this person a soulmate, a karmic lesson, a twin soul? What is this person? Well, the person is in separation right now, and the person has not treated them so well, right? And so I said, whether in the long term this is a twin soul, right now what this person is a karmic lesson, right? And the reason that's coming through, it's really important, and Spirit needs you guys, us all to get this, guys. Here's the thing. It's not healthy for you or anyone else to call someone your twin soul if they have treated you poorly, whether it was due to a trigger or not. And here's why. They may in fact be your twin soul. And I know this too. I'm not going to refer to anyone as my twin soul if I feel they have thrown me aside or tossed me in the garbage, because you're not respecting yourself when you do that. And it doesn't mean that person might be destined to be your twin soul and you might be together in the long term. What it means is you're getting the message loud and clear right now in the present moment, which in fact is all we have, the present moment. There is nothing else but the now. And in the now, if this person has disposed of you, let you go, not reflected back to you the love you've reflected to them, if this, well, let me say this, Sandra, and then you can answer that question yourself. If that person is not reflecting the love back to you that you've given them, if they are treating you in a way that treats you as less than that or in any way unworthy of them, they're not your twin soul right now. Right now what they are is a karmic lesson that you need to get the lesson and put them out of your life. Now, should they meet you and focus on yourself, raise your vibration, and do your healing? Now, should they meet you down the road on your healing path and come to you in the right energy, which if they're your twin soul, they will, but certainly for yourself, why would you refer to someone as your twin soul when right now the message is clearly that they're a karmic lesson, right? If they're not treating you with respect, if they're not treating you with the same degree, 50-50 love that you're meeting them out on that twin soul limb, why would you call that person your twin soul? That's reflecting a defect, an emptiness, a lack inside of you. We have to heal those places, guys. So that message is coming through loud and clear. Like I said, it does not mean that that person isn't your twin soul. It doesn't mean that they aren't destined to be whatever your heart desires them to be. What it means is, right now in this moment, all they are is a karmic lesson. And the lesson is that person is not treating you with the respect, love, whatever, you fill in the blank that you've given them or that you deserve. Therefore, you have to walk away and put them out of your life. They probably already put you out of their life anyway. So why would you want to keep them in your life at this point, guys? His energy makes me sick. So his energy makes you sick and you're asking if you should let him go. What does that tell you? I think you know the answer, right? Sometimes it's hardest to get that into our heart because we when you love someone, like the person that I have in the past identified as my twin soul, is a beautiful creature, one of the most beautiful creations to me on this planet. However, that person has demonstrated to me that they don't feel that way about me, at least not the way that I have felt. So guess what that means? They're not my twin soul. They're not my twin soul. And if anything, they're a great person who brought me some real happiness at one time, and also a real lesson right now not to settle and love someone and extend that love to someone who does not extend it back to me in full measure. That's what that person, if I had to put a label on that, it would certainly not be twin soul, right? So what I'm saying, guys, is, and it's come through really clear to me because what I do is we talk about twin souls a lot when I do readings and people ask that question a lot. So I feel Spirit, I have a responsibility, and Spirit put it through to me really clearly today to get this expressed to all of us, that it's up to you what you want to call someone, but if they're not living up to the label of twin soul in your life, you're actually not respecting yourself by calling them your twin soul. Doesn't mean you don't love them, doesn't mean you don't want them to be your twin soul, because if they are, they are. But to refer to someone as that, if they are not living up to that label at this time, is actually not respecting yourself, right? So they either are or they're not. But right now, if they are a karmic lesson, that's what they are. And you have to accept that because it's respecting yourself to accept that, right? It's about you and your journey. And it doesn't take anything away from the depth of that experience, from the depth of the love you share or shared with someone. But it is so important, guys, to recognize that, I think. And because it started last night, I felt a little bad about saying that to someone, that, you know, this person that you're calling your twin soul right now, I don't know what they are in the long run, but right now, clearly they're just a karmic lesson. But that's true, guys, that's the truth. And we should not feel bad for speaking the truth. That person that's not well, that a lot of you have gotten messages from, you know, like those long, endless messages from about me that aren't true. Like, compassion, yes, I have compassion. But honestly, I don't have any guilt because I didn't do anything, like, other than, you know, try my best to manage that situation. I didn't do anything. I don't even know that person. You know what I mean? The truth is the truth, whether it's pretty or not, right? So when it comes to your journey and the twin soul journey, it's just know this, guys, you're not diminishing what someone meant, means, or will mean, or could mean to your life in the future. What you're doing is giving Spirit a chance to really work with you and giving the universe a chance to really deliver for you what is for you, by recognizing something for what it is, by recognizing the reality of a situation. It's so important, guys. It's so important to do that. And I know it's hard. I know it's painful. I mean, my twin soul inadvertently had a role in saving my life because it, you know, it kept me from going down a path that really was not good. But that doesn't mean that person has to be my twin soul. That person at this point in time sadly was a friend and is now a karmic lesson for me. Does it make me sad? Yes, I do. I love that person with all of my heart. But it doesn't mean that I should be devaluing or disrespecting myself for one more second by giving that person a title, a label, or a place in my life that they do not deserve or have not earned. Does that make sense to you guys? And I want you guys to do that for yourselves too, because a lot of you are doing amazing things in your life, amazing things, right? And doing a lot of growth and healing, but you're calling someone your twin soul who doesn't deserve that title or that label in your life. Doesn't mean they're not your twin soul. Doesn't mean you won't have a future with that person. But ask yourself, does that person deserve that label in my life right now? I talk to Jai a lot about this because, Jai's been through a lot of, she's been open with you guys about her story, and she and her husband just recently married, and I really respect her perspective, and I know some things I went through reflected what she and Dawn went through, where she was getting out of something. Anyway, I respect her perspective, and I also think, it's important to address everything in your life in the now, not in the yesterday, not in the tomorrow, in the now, right? And that's the message. It was just coming through so strong for me to share this with you guys today. And so I think that's real wisdom from spirit that we all need to grasp. And it's hard for me as much as it is for you guys, because I mean, this is what I do. I read tarot, offer healing guidance, and it's a lot about soulmates, twin souls, it's about love. But the biggest message of all has to always start with loving yourself. And if calling someone your soulmate, your twin soul, whatever, is not loving yourself fully in this moment, guys, we can't do that, right? We just can't do that. Hey, Joan O'Driscoll, good to see you, my friend. How are you? Hello, 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 Roberta, Darcy. Right. And Michelle, my twin soul, the person I referred to in the past as my twin soul, whatever. We were best friends, and it was an intense friendship and a lot of things. And that person never did things like that to me, but there was definitely, we both went through times of mixed signals and things like that, and there's manipulation even in the minute details sometimes, guys. And just what you're saying, Michelle, that's amazing that you're seeing that for what it was. So certainly that person at this point in time, future notwithstanding, doesn't deserve any title, just aside from someone that you love, that loves you, who you learned a lot from, right? So when we read the cards and we get messages from spirit and it's saying like Four of Wands, this is a twin soul, we're talking about the energies that are there, right? That there's an energetic connection between you two that as they heal, they may be able to step into, and that's part of your destiny. What it doesn't mean is that in this moment that person is your twin soul, because if they're treating you like garbage, or you feel like they crumpled you up like a piece of paper and threw you in the trash, which is how I felt recently, that's not a twin soul. I don't know what the future holds, but that's not, you can't call that person a twin soul. You can't even call that person a friend, right? So it's, it doesn't diminish the love, the capacity for growth, forgiveness, for any of those things, but it's important first and foremost to love and respect yourself. Because that's where the universe, when we're loving and respecting ourselves, we're opening up the path for the universe to deliver to us all of the things we deserve, all of the good blessings and abundance that we deserve. So I feel like for me, and I think probably for a lot of you guys as well, if I'm not standing in my power and respecting myself from that to that extent, but bar anyone, like not with the exception of, let me give my twin soul a shout out. No, bar anyone. First, number one, nobody even comes a distant second, right, to what I have to do for myself. That's what allows you to help other people and to be good to other people and generous, is the balance and the love for yourself. So if you're not doing that, you're literally standing in the way of your own abundance. No, thank you. Thank you for the love donation. I appreciate that, Darcy. Thank you. Yes, and I hold space for that person who I have identified as my twin soul, and because we have a strong telepathic connection, a strong love. We have it in the past had a very intense and strong friendship. However, you can hold space for somebody, wish them so much love, light, and healing, and also release them with love, right? And hold space because of gratitude for the ways in which they helped and maybe even saved your life. But it does not require you to give them a place on equal footing as yourself or the people who are in your life and who do uh, give you love, kindness, and respect. I mean, my gosh, Joan, you deserve a higher place in my life than the person, as of now, in this moment, than anyone that I've at times called a soulmate or a twin soul, because you're a friend. You're a true friend. And so, guys, that's what's important. Who is in your life giving to you, respecting you, loving you, being your friend, right? Who is there, and what place do they deserve? So it's not taking away from someone. It doesn't take away from the love you have for someone. If that person who I have given that place to in the past came to me and were willing to have an honest, open conversation and take accountability just like I do and have, I would be so thrilled and happy and open and grateful. But that's not the case today. And I know for most of you, that's not the case today either. So here's what I would like to ask everyone to do just for today. For today, as like a Wednesday wisdom thing, practice today being reciprocal in your relationships. Don't overgive. I kept hearing the word overgiving. And I know I haven't been overgiving, so I know it was a message to share. Let's not overgive to people, because when you overgive to one person or a couple specific people, it causes you to undergive in other aspects of your life to people who are actually deserving of your love and kindness and respect and charity and goodness and all of those things. When you overgive your attention or your love to one person, it in effect causes you to undergive to people who may deserve that in return, who are giving to you. So just remember that, guys. It's so important to be aware of that. And I mean, I look at the situation with that we've briefly talked about. We don't want to give it a lot of life with the stalking and the like. For those of you, many of you received messages and didn't even let me know. You just deleted, blocked, ignored the person because I know about it. I don't want to hear about it. That person, you guys like are all so protective of me and loving. Like, I don't know what that person thought they were going to accomplish by doing that, but I guess like now they know. Like, it's so insane. But I have been dealing with that for months now. And the response that I've gotten from you, people, friends, has been the response that you should get from people who love you and care about you. It's been very life affirming, and I'm so grateful for that. But there's messages in everything. And so, very interesting, just very interesting. Who was that? Darcy, thank you for the love donation. I really appreciate it, by the way. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so that was the message. At first I felt a little bad about sort of saying that to someone they may want to think of as a twin soul, based on the situation at this time is a karmic lesson. And we should never feel bad for speaking the truth, right? Thank you. You're welcome, Christina. It had to be said. Yeah, it did. It did have to be said, and it sets you free. I mean, I was already set free, but we all need to do that, you know, repeatedly. And I don't know about you guys and what your twin soul experience was like. For me, it was, I've was almost 40. I'd never really wanted to settle down, get married, have kids, do all of these traditional type things. And then had and I was kind of on the way, like I said, checking out of life. I was on the way to check out. And this person came into my life that was an instant best friend. We just connected and we had all these amazing dreams that we shared and a lot of other things. And it awakened within me a desire to do all those things. Well, that desire is still there. I'm alive. I survived because of that person. And now I'm alive and I can have that life with whoever God, the universe sends in for me. And he will be that person that I'm meant to have. And so it's about looking at everything as glass half full, which I usually do anyway. That's been one thing that totally turned around for me. A huge hug from Scotland. Thank you, Roberta. Thank you. Bernadette says, hardest thing I ever did was accepting that the person I thought was my twin flame of 37 years. Oof. Well, I can see why that would be hard, Bernadette. 37 years. That's a karmic lesson that you're going, wow, why didn't I get this lesson, after 1 year, right? That's tough. That's tough. Thank you, Joan. So are you. You're a gift to me. Same exact situation with me, Jason. Yeah, so Sandra, yeah, it's so important, guys. And that's the thing, Laura, what you just said. I'm learning so much from this journey too, and I still do identify myself as being on a twin soul journey. But it's important to be open to the possibility that the person you thought was your twin soul is not, and that the universe has something much better for you, because you wouldn't be awakened to the journey if you didn't have a twin soul. I don't think you would be awakened to it, right? So, what you have to do. But see, here's the thing. Like I said, the person that I was my best friend that I identified as my twin soul, to me, is one of the most beautiful creations that source energy ever created. He's just beautiful to me, flaws and all. I deserve to find someone in my life who feel not only who I feel that way about, but who reflects that back to me. Who, and granted, my twin soul at times, the person I called my twin soul at times reflected that back to me, but not, I deserve someone who reflects that back to me, even when they're scared, even when, the going gets tough. I deserve that. And I will have that because I'm not going to settle for less. I will find that. And I know that exists for all of you, but it starts with respecting yourself and giving yourself what you want that person to give you, right? I mean, that's what it starts with, right, guys? Okay, real quickly, does anybody want to say anything or ask any questions before I do a brief general reading for us? Exactly, Christina. If someone has that impact on your life, that they impact you in such a way that you find out you're capable of loving to an extent you didn't think you were capable of loving, and it causes you to affect great change in your life and changes your entire being, that's an amazing connection to always be grateful for. And I will say this, guys, we joke, a lot of people were joking last night about this twin soul journey sucks, it's for the birds, I'll trade it with you. And I get it, like we all joke like that, but guys, that's not a good idea either, because here's the thing. What you're doing is manifesting more of that when you say things like that. So, and I get that sentiment, I understand, but the thing is, whether that person is your twin soul or not, if you're on the journey and that's what you believe exists for you, talk about how grateful you are for the journey. Talk about how beautiful it is, and focus on the parts you're grateful for, because that's what you want more of, are the parts to be grateful for. And I really am not just saying that because I understand the law of attraction, but I really am grateful because it makes you actually acknowledge what you're grateful for more than ever, but it also assures you're not manifesting more negativity, more to be, unhappy with, that type of thing. So I was really made aware of that too. So let's really focus, if you are on a twin soul journey, focus on yourself, what it has done for you, how grateful you are, and how the universe is going to either bring that person correct for you, like you're getting yourself correct, or send the right person for you who is the true twin soul. But I'm very grateful for the journey. I'd be dead. I'd be dead if I hadn't had this come into my life. So it's amazing. I cannot ever complain, and would not, but I will stand up for us, for you guys, for myself, and make sure that we're trying to stay focused on what's really true and authentic on this journey. Yes, it stretches you in the most amazing ways, right? What if you're with a soulmate and a twin flame, two different people? Well, I would say be with the person who your heart desires most and who reflects to you the love that you're sending out. I think that's cool that you have a soulmate and a twin soul in your life. Most people do. I mean, most people get on that twin soul journey and it's not perfect. The point of it is to grow and stretch you. Like, I think Arlene, who was saying that about it growing and stretching you? Laura, like Laura T was saying, it grows and stretches you. That's the point. However, it's not about the growing, the stretching, the triggers. The part that I'm saying where you really shouldn't give someone that title unless they're living up to it is if someone's not respecting you or treating you with the love you give. Now, there are running situations where someone's truly triggered, and I will say there are definitely examples but I realized I was making excuses for that person in my life, because now that I've seen everyone else's response to situations recently, I can see the big difference, the big wide gap between what's reasonable and what happened. And you got to respect yourself first and foremost. Yeah, go with love, but go. It's kind of like what happens at the bar at 2 a.m. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. being gifted of this, of, wait, being gifted of decrement. I don't understand, I don't understand, Michelle. Yeah, family definitely is. And guys, if your family is a drain in some way, you gotta find a way to fix that. At least that's been my experience. So, discernment, being gifted of discernment. Yeah. There's always a silver lining in everything, in every experience. And guys, I can assure you, my experience and yours too, if that person you've been calling your twin soul, if they don't end up being what you thought they were, and you take care of you and do your growth and respect yourself, trust me, they're going to regret have the way they treated you or the way that they didn't appreciate you, because they're not going to have someone come into their life who's going to, if you're calling someone your twin soul, that means you love them pretty purely, pretty sincerely and deeply, sort of in an agape type of love. That's special. Not a lot of people get loved in that way, so you can know that. Everything does happen for a reason. And don't get bitter. I mean, if you can truly love that person, understand that they may not have loved you the way you deserve to be loved, but they probably loved you with everything they were capable of giving you at that time. And let it go. Let's see what the message is for our group here in the broadcast for today. I've got about four. I wanted to keep this under 30, so I'm going to go ahead and pull messages for the group. Thank you, universe. Thank you, source. Thank you, spirit. Thank you, angels, archangels, spirit guides, ancestors, archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel. Thank you, spirit guides and ancestors. Thank you for gathering around me, protecting my light, my energy, and my vibration, and repelling all darkness and low intentional vibrations, and any darkness is attached to individuals not of sound mind who are unable to help but to succumb to those energies. Thank you for the clear and direct messages today and for the healing guidance for our group. Okay. That's the guidance for this week. Happy hump day, y'all. Happy hump day. Hope everybody's having fun plans today, tonight. Go get humped. Go hump or get humped. I've got a lot of work to do this today, and then I think I'm going to go to the sauna this afternoon. Ooh, nice. Wow. You've got the Hierophant. That's what I heard, AM. I heard twin flame humping is the best. That Kundalini sex, nothing like it, right? Now that's a reason to find your true twin soul. Kundalini sex, from what I've heard. Okay. Mother of Cups, Nine of Cups, the Tower, the Empress. So there is a tower here. There's a couple. Look, you've got the Tower, the Hierophant, and the Empress. So we've got three major arcanas. Wait, what are we congratulating Joan for? Hold on. Joan, I don't see. Your text didn't pop up on my screen. What are we congratulating Joan for? What happened? For some reason, it didn't come up on my screen. Whatever. Congratulations, Joan, whatever it is. Oh, congratulations. I'm so happy. Her daughter had the baby. Aw. Yeah, everybody send Granny Joan some love. That is so cool. I hope she's doing well. With the tower here, there's definitely some major... Oh, she's having the baby today. Okay, she hasn't had the baby yet. Well, I'll be thinking about you. Let me know what happens. Boy, yeah. Okay, the Hierophant and the Tower. Let's talk about these first. So the Hierophant is just kind of a reminder, guys, that everything that's happening in your life is being divinely led and of spiritual nature. And not only that, that it's the soul connections in your life, you don't need to doubt or worry about them. Just like I said, if someone is meant to be, if someone's a twin soul, you don't have to worry about them being a twin soul in this moment. You don't have, if you're in, it's like Dove and Nicole talk about all the time. You know if you have a twin soul, but if you're in separation, don't even call that person your twin soul. Just say, I'm on a twin soul journey, but be open to whatever the universe is doing to them or sending to you. Got to be open to that, okay? Because it may not be what you think it is. And you have to be open to that. And starting with however you do it, for me, it's about, like I was telling you guys, respecting yourself enough to not put someone, a particular person who maybe doesn't even deserve it, into that place in your life, okay? Because if they're not giving you the level of, see, it's one thing, it's easy for everyone to love you and treat you good when things are good, right? And when everything's happy-go-lucky. But it's another thing when if somebody's going through trauma, a difficult time in their life, and you're there for them, ride or die, but then you have traumas or difficult times, and they're like, gotta go, see you later, good luck. That's not equally being equally yoked with someone, and that's when a tower comes down. And so it's, I feel like I'm kind of like doing like the angel Gabriel. He's such a leader, Archangel Gabriel, blowing that trumpet. It's like the warning call. There's a tower coming in. So if you're in a relationship, guys, where that's happening to you, where you're ride or die for somebody and they're not so ride or die with you, it's coming down. You're not allowed. The universe does not stand for that. God does not allow us to love someone more than we love ourselves. And that's loving someone more than you love yourself if you're there for them and you're allowing them to not be there for you all the time. Because you're allowing that. You're allowing this person to take advantage of all of your love and kindness, but not give it back to you in full measure. And that's just not, that's not okay. So that's when a tower comes down. Okay. And then, you know, you do have wish fulfillment here and the Mother of Cups. So it's actually bringing you what's meant for you. It's taking away what's not meant for you, and it's bringing you what is meant for you. Whether it's that person and they're going to get right and realize how much better their life was, that for all the little moments that were kind of crappy, the majority of the time they had you in their life, they were a lot happier. Maybe they're going to realize that. Hopefully. I hope for you that they do. And you're coming out as the Emperor, which is a really strong energy, okay? It's so important to come into that strong Emperor energy over your own life, because if you're in a relationship where you're giving to someone more than they're giving back to you, you're not, not only are you not an Emperor, you're not even the Emperor of your own life, of yourself. You're not even your own Emperor. So that's no good, right? Guys, this looks really good. The Nine of Cups represents wish fulfillment, and the Mother of Cups tells me that you're someone who's really growing into that feminine energy of being loving in a very feminine way. Men, women, it doesn't matter. That coming into that feminine power of love and intuition and strength is so beautiful. And guys, I don't care what your divine masculine or the other person in your life has done. They think it's weak to show love. You know it's the opposite. It's weak to run from love. It's weak to run from your heart space and to be afraid of giving and sharing in that love. If someone's afraid of you because you're so open with how you feel and you're so open with the world about things, they're either living a life that they shouldn't be living and they're afraid of something, or they're afraid of love. But whatever it is, they actually, that's what I was going to say Jai talked about. She said the thing that made her so sort of thrown off by her now husband Don at first was he was so open and not very often very reactive. He was just very open and loving, and you know, how he feels is how he feels. And I've become more and more that way as I grow, just very open about what I feel. And why would you be ashamed of your feelings? Love is a beautiful thing, and as long as it really is pure, unconditional, agape love, never ever be ashamed or afraid to show that to somebody, guys. Why would you be? Right? And if they don't receive that properly, that let them work out their issues, okay? And don't let it be a reflection of you. It's not. And none of us are perfect. God knows I've got issues. I got issues. You got them too. So give them all to me and I'll give mine to you. We've all got issues, guys. But if you love yourself, I know I'm worth the risk. Issues and all, I'm worth the risk. And I know you guys are too. You have to stand up for yourself, look yourself in the mirror and give yourself the love that you deserve, that someone else, so what if they're not giving it to you? That's their loss in the long run if they can't get there. If they can't get there, that's their loss, not yours, babe. Okay? Know that. Know that. And if you're in a relationship with somebody for the wrong reasons, why are you doing that? Trust me, whatever you think that that relationship is offering you, you could have it in another relationship and probably be a lot happier and have things even better. Whatever you think it is, it's probably available to you. The universe isn't going to snatch that away from you when you stand up for yourself. The universe is going to give you more of the thing you think you need and what you do need if you stand up for yourself and get yourself in the right place. So don't stay in a toxic situation or a situation in which you're unhappy or not being loved properly for any material reason. There are no material reasons that you won't have fulfilled in abundance and then some by standing up for yourself. It's where I've seen it in my life every single time. So know that, guys. All right, guys, that's the reading for today. Namaste. Satnam, I love you guys. Have a great hump day. Go get hump. Gonna Kundalini. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I got to get to work. You guys are bad influences. Bad influences, I tell you. I got to get to work now. Love you guys too. Love you, Christina. Thanks for all your help. I love you so much. All right, guys, you guys have a great Wednesday, a great hump day. And I will see you guys soon. I think I'm going to be on tonight doing mini readings. Yeah, mini readings tonight, guys. If anyone wants to get on the list, you know what to do. You know what to do. $20. And then tomorrow night is me and Jai. Tonight, $20. You know what to do. Bye, guys. Love you.